Counting down the top 10 Dragon Ball games. Number 10, Hyperdimension. Arguably the most important Dragon Ball game, and the first time it really felt like a game got it right. An excellent 2D fighter on the Super Famicom, Hyperdimension featured a roster up to the Majin Buu saga. While other Dragon Ball fighting games existed, most notably the Super Budokai series, Hyperdimension felt like the next evolution. It had a darker tone and color palette, plus big cinematic finishing moves that allowed it to compete with other 16-bit fighters like Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. Number 9, Budokai. When this game hit the PS2, it changed everything for Dragon Ball video games. Not only was it an excellent fighting game, but its story mode recreated many of the anime's biggest moments, covering the Saiyan, Namek, and Android sagas, keeping it current with Toonami's US release. You could upgrade characters by competing in the World Tournament, earning money, and buying capsules that allowed for customization. Unlocking secret skills via the Dragon Balls, and playing through a fun what-if mode gave fans a reason to keep coming back. The GameCube port introduced cel-shaded graphics, and later saw an HD remaster in the Budokai HD collection. While each installment in the Budokai series took things a little bit further, Budokai 1 was the new blueprint for a great Dragon Ball game. Number 8, Burst Limit. Still one of the best looking Dragon Ball games to this day, and it was an early Xbox 360 and PS3 title. Burst Limit took elements from the Budokai and Shin Budokai series while adding a whole new level of visual flair. The combat focused on hard-hitting combos that gave every punch, kick, and energy blast serious weight. The game felt like every single hit mattered. Some argue it's a reimagining of Budokai 1 since the story only goes up to the Cell Saga, but its unique style and feel earn it a well-deserved spot on this list. Number 7, Legacy of Goku 2 and Buu's Fury. It might be a bit of a cheat to put two games in one spot, but Buu's Fury is a direct sequel to Legacy of Goku 2 with near identical gameplay, so it makes sense. These action-adventure RPGs cover the Android, Cell, and Majin Buu sagas, delivering one of the most in-depth Dragon Ball storylines at the time. With 6 playable characters, tons of secrets to find, and the ability to play on the go, these games were a dream for fans. They even featured music from the show and stayed incredibly faithful to the source material, including side missions that tied into the Dragon Ball Z movies. Number 6, Xenoverse 2. While these Xenoverse games weren't the first Dragon Ball game to let you customize a character, they were certainly the best. Xenoverse 2 has one of the largest rosters in any Dragon Ball game, a unique original story, and a ton of DLC that has kept it updated through Dragon Ball Super. The character customization is incredibly deep, and the large open hubs let players interact in a way no other Dragon Ball game had before. The modding community has also kept this a game alive with custom characters and transformations. There are just so many reasons to keep coming back to Xenoverse 2. Number 5, FighterZ. Until Sparking Zero, this might have been the best looking Dragon Ball game ever, but graphics and visuals aren't everything. FighterZ also delivers a rock-solid fighting game featuring a 3v3 tag system similar to what you'd find in Marvel vs. Capcom. It's easy to pick up, but difficult to master. Character assist, huge super moves, and flashy cinematics let even newcomers pull off incredible attacks right from the start. It features an original story mode, solid online play, and even a strong Switch port if you want to take this game on the go. Number 4, Kakarot. Certainly the most ambitious Dragon Ball game in terms of scope. Kakarot lets you fully explore the Dragon Ball world while reliving the entire Dragon Ball Z story, along with DLC that covers Dragon Ball Super and Dragon Ball Daima. While games like Budokai 3 and Buu's Fury let you fly around in a world map, Kakarot is the first game that really makes the world feel alive. The visuals are gorgeous, and while the combat isn't the deepest, it still delivers some of the most cinematic battles in any Dragon Ball game. Number 3, Budokai 3. An almost perfect game, Budokai 3 had an insane roster, including Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta, plus movie characters like Cooler and Broly for the first time in the series. The visuals hold up even better in the HD remaster on the PS3 and Xbox 360. The story mode had a new game plus system that lets you level up characters by focusing on different stat builds. Its only flaw? Dragon Rush, which sometimes slowed down the otherwise perfect fighting system, but the teleportation, fast-paced dodging, and cinematic combos made this one of the most satisfying Dragon Ball fighters ever made. Number 2, Budokai Tenkaichi 3. With 161 playable characters at the time of its release, Budokai Tenkaichi 3 had the largest roster in any Dragon Ball game ever, covering Dragon Ball Z, GT, the movies, and the original Dragon Ball, which is so often overlooked. The small details really made this game stand out. Character models took visible battle damage, Piccolo's name changed to Junior when fighting in the World Tournament stage, and the Wii version's motion controls actually worked. Many Dragon Ball games looked like the anime, but Budokai Tenkaichi 3 feels like you're playing the anime. Number 1, Sparking Zero. After over a decade, the Budokai Tenkaichi series is finally back, and Sparking Zero delivers in every possible way. The combat is fast, fluid, and absolutely gorgeous, capturing the speed and intensity of the anime like never before. Destructible environments make every battle feel massive. Mountains crumble, craters form from impact, and energy blasts reshape the battlefield. The roster, insane, with over 180 characters spanning Dragon Ball Z, Super, GT, the movies. It's easily one of the most complete Dragon Ball experiences ever made, surpassing even Budokai Tenkaichi 3 as the ultimate roster. Whether you're reliving classic battles, creating dream matchups, or testing your skills online, Sparking Zero sets a new gold standard for Dragon Ball games and is likely to receive updates over the next few years, which should let it keep its place as the greatest Dragon Ball game ever made.